it's that time again, guys. This is mid-December 2024. Aries, I saw two people sitting quite close together. It was on a sofa, actually, and one person was going through a very large manual. It's almost as if it was for a big screen TV. You know, they were looking at various points. We do this, we do that, okay, and then we do this, and then we do that. The other person was sort of gazing off into space, thinking, this is just such a waste of time. And eventually, the person that was gazing off into space grabbed the manual, tore it in half, chucked it on the floor, and looked at this person and said, okay, let's talk. Let's talk. And I heard the words coming out of meditation, throwing the rule book out of the window. So Aries, you may be deciding to go down an unconventional route. You may be deciding to do something slightly unusual. But Aries, you may feel that in this particular circumstance, in this situation, it's the best course of action. It's as if, okay, we've tried the traditional way, we've done things by the book, and it just hasn't worked out. Actually, it's been a complete disaster, is what I'm hearing. So guys, this could be anything. Of course, this could be you trying to keep a relationship going and it hasn't worked out. This could be you following a step-by-step process, Aries, for something. But what you're realizing is it's either going to take way too long, or you may feel somehow you want to cut out the middleman, right? I don't know why I'm feeling that. Oh my goodness. I mean, do we really have to go through this and then do that and send that off and take that course of action and then speak to that? No, gosh, why can't we just go from A to D is what I'm hearing. Okay. Aries, you're either wanting to shorten the process of something and you feel you can do that, but it might mean you taking, again, an alternative route. Or Aries, you're wanting to do something completely different and it might be what you're putting in front of your person. I know that we're supposed to follow this rule book, or I know we're supposed to follow all the steps in order, but in this circumstance, I don't think it's going to work, right? Yeah. So guys, let's move into this, see what's going on, Aries. The deck that I'm using is the Tarot of, it's the Tarot Grand Lux. Thank you, Michael. It was one of those days today, guys. You may even be wanting to talk to someone who could be a best mate of yours or a work colleague about doing something differently. Why do we always have to do it this way? It's a waste of time. It's just white paper. It's just rules and regulations that nobody even really looks at. Why don't we cut to the chase and do this? Yeah. So Aries, you're taking control somehow, male or female. You're taking control, Aries. Oh, I'm hearing you're writing your own rule book. Okay, great, Aries. Yeah. You may be looking at a process you've been following thinking, wow, this is really archaic. When was this written? Blimey, 50 years ago? You know, yeah, Aries, Michael's now showing me somebody painting. Are you wanting to paint over something? I'm now seeing Tipex. I'm seeing somebody take a ruler and putting a red line through a massive paragraph. Yeah, well, no, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah, I don't quite know what's going on here, Aries. We will find out. Ace of Pentacles. I feel that what you want to do, Aries, is dig out an old root and replant it elsewhere so that it can grow fresh roots. Aries, I think you're refurbishing something, but you're having to make a lot of changes for this to be successful. I mean, Aries, if this is you in a relationship that's not working, you could be thinking, okay, let's move to another country, right? It's that drastic. If this is you in a house that you really don't like, but maybe you don't want to sell it, you may be thinking, well, let's move out of the house, rent the house out, and live somewhere we really want to live. So the rent covers the mortgage, right? This could be you stripping something down to the bare bones and rebuilding it. But you're not doing things the traditional way, Aries. You're thinking outside the box for sure. Yeah, Aries, you're looking at something very, very closely. Again, I'm seeing somebody take a ruler and put a red pen through a massive paragraph. Yeah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to take that into account. It's not relevant. I'm hearing not now. It's not relevant now. Okay. In the past, Aries, Queen of Coins, this could be you. This is you in a relationship, Aries. Or if you're a masculine, you are in a relationship with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. After that time, Aries, the Three of Swords. There was a sense of heartbreak. There was a sense of, this just isn't working out. I don't quite know what to do about this. You didn't want to scrap the whole thing, Aries. You just wanted to make it work for you. It's as if, can't we tailor this? Can't we shift this around? Isn't there a way that we can make this work without having to follow the traditional route? Yeah, Aries, you were just a little bit sick of the situation you found yourself in. In your thoughts, the Five of Pentacles. Aries, you may be trying to figure out a way of making a situation work, tick along smoothly without it costing you too much or without having to let go of money. In the immediate future, the Ten of Swords, Aries, really. In your fears, the Magician. Yeah, Aries, you're fearing that someone's going to use the rule book to tell you you can't do something. Sorry, Aries, you're locked into this because clause 1.2 says XYZ. Yeah. Aries, why do I feel as if, because you know that, you're trying to change the rules? You're trying to write your own rule book to suit you. Because what you're fearing is somebody's going to pull out a big manual and say, oh, no, 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 Aries, you have to do X, Y, Z. You have to do this, that, and the other. You're not allowed to do that. And this is you thinking, yeah, well, I'm going to write my own rules. In the environment, yeah. Whoever is in the environment, Aries, is really worried that you are going to take a drastic course of action to get out of a confining situation. You may be trying to find a loophole, Aries, or you may be going to see someone to say, look, in this day and age, this makes absolutely no sense. Or this is archaic, this is old-fashioned, this is ridiculous, is what I'm hearing. Aries, you may be the instigator of change relating to a legal contract or a system that you believe is simply massively outdated. But the reason why you may be the one trying to do this is that it's ultimately going to be you that's going to benefit first of all. As soon as this new set of rules is legalized, you're going to take full advantage of those. I know, guys, it seems quite specific and for some of you very confusing, But that's what I'm getting here. What you're hoping for, Aries, is to make progress. You also want to pull a lot of people around you who would sign a petition or agree to this. And if they did, and if you had certain people's backing, then you could push this through quite easily. If, guys, you're completely confused, symbolism, you could be wanting to protect a piece of land, but you know you may need 300 signatures on a piece of paper to put it in front of the town council for them to agree, right? But the reason why you want to do that, Aries, is you have a lovely house on the edge of that land, and if developers get hold of that land, if the land is not preserved, your house is going to plummet in value if they decide to build on the land. It's symbolism. You're recreating a rule book with backing because you believe a particular set of rules or a process is simply outdated. It doesn't make sense. But the reason why, Aries, you're taking control of this is you're going to be one of the first people that benefits from this. But you're not saying that. What you're doing is putting your hand in the air, saying to somebody, I don't think this is right. I mean, when was this rule book written? Wow, 1850 is what I'm hearing. Yeah, no, Aries, you're modernizing something, you're stripping something down, you're taking out clauses in order for a greater sense of leniency, is what I'm channeling. Okay. In order for a greater sense of leniency. Okay. And the outcome, Aries, is the Chariot. Yes, Aries. If you manage to pull this off, if you get the backing that you need, if you actually manage to push this through, then you're going to be able to move in the direction that you want to move in. I'm hearing without breaking the rules of convention because you have rewritten the rules. All right, guys, I'm sorry if this is a bit specific, but you are getting around a situation, Aries, by creating your own rules that, as far as you're concerned, make much greater sense. But in order for this to be successful, you have to get the backing of a group of people, possibly quite a lot of people, or a small group of people. But if it's a small group of people, people of standing, people that run big businesses, people that sit in places of power, the movers and shakers relating to whatever situation you find yourself in. Clarification for you, Aries, the Page of Swords. Yeah. Aries, this is you doing some research, and what you've realized was you're dealing with a system or a set of rules or a process that just doesn't make sense. I'm hearing not in today's world. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. I'm hearing, oh my gosh, what were they thinking? Were they living in fantasy land? Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. I wonder if I could change that. Your person, Aries, sat in their head. I think this is someone very nervous that you may be doing this because it may put them in a difficult situation. Yeah. Wow, Aries. If you manage to do this, if you're successful, Aries, in rewriting the rule book, and it could be literally, okay, this person's going to have to face Judgment Day. And they're nervous about that. So, Aries, they may be buttering you up at this point of time. They could be apologizing to you. I'm so sorry, Aries. they may have felt that an old set of rules or a traditional system would protect them somehow and enable them to do what they wanted to do. What you're doing, Aries, is looking at this, thinking, well, it protects them 110%, but it doesn't help me. It's totally imbalanced. What can I do about that? Well, if I speak to various people and go through the rules with a tooth comb, maybe I could alter a few things, which would make things much more fair and balanced. But Aries, this person's worried about that because if you achieve this, I'm hearing their head is going to be on the chopping block. Okay. Underneath the deck, guys, the Hermit. You may be connecting somehow with a Virgo, or you may have gone deep into introspection, Aries. With the energy of the Two of Cups, you've been thinking about the concept of love, togetherness, and this may have something to do with you wanting to change the rules. I don't know why. I'm hearing the madness of King George. The madness of King George. What is that to do with Michael? Okay. Ooh, all right. I'm hearing an insanity clause. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hearing an insanity clause. Okay, Aries. If someone is deemed to have mental health issues, it may be that you can get out of a situation you're in, and it could be even something like an arranged marriage, in order to be with somebody that you love, Aries. Is that what we're looking at? Michael's saying that's the gist of it. Okay. Let's have a look, guys. What is the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Coins? The Ten of Wands. Aries, you've been carrying a heavy load by yourself for quite a long time. I think you're sick of it. I think you want to get out of this. You may have looked at various ways of extracting yourself. Perhaps potentially also keeping your savings safe, because what you're worried about is losing money. What are you thinking about, Aries? The Four of Pentacles. Okay. I'm hearing the word guardianship. Okay. What I think, sorry guys, I'm as confused as you, but I think it's all slotting into place here. I understand what Archangel Michael's trying to tell me. Aries, you are in a very specific situation. I think you are married, but you may have had to enter into an arranged marriage, or you may be sitting in a very specific religion that does not agree with divorce. You are trying to change the rule book in order for you to get out of this marriage without breaking the rules. It may be that you're wanting an insanity clause put in, because if, Aries, you're dealing with someone with mental health issues, right, then what you would want to do is to be able to get out of a marriage because your person needs mental health treatment, as in, this is not a normal healthy marriage. So I should be allowed to detach from the situation without penalty, right? There may be something here about changing the dynamic. I'm hearing dialing it back a little bit. You may be finding, Aries, that you could change your status from wife or husband to guardian. Well, I am guardian of this person, not wife or husband of this person, because of their mental health issues. Therefore, this wouldn't be a divorce where I would lose money in the traditional sense. I would just be this person's guardian. Which means, Aries, you could go on and marry someone else, or it will prevent you having to go through the legal system to actually technically divorce your wife or your husband, because they wouldn't be your wife or husband, you would be their guardian, right? Because maybe you would be able to prove that this person can't think for themselves because of mental health issues. There's something linked to that, Aries, and you are deeply ensconced in the change as we speak. You may be testing various clauses. Could this work? Would this be accepted? Yeah. Aries, sorry guys, a really unusual reading. Page of Coins. Yes, this is about a document, a contract. I'm also noticing this person is very, very, very young. I mean, Aries, you may be trying to change a contract to protect children, or you may be trying to shift your life in a different direction because maybe your husband or wife has mental health issues, which causes them to behave in a very childish way. You may feel as if you're this person's parent rather than this person's wife or husband. What was the Queen of Coins energy in the past? Okay. Aries, you managed to get around a situation in the past. I'm seeing this boat navigating through these waters with all these swords, right? We've got to take it slowly, do things carefully. Yes. But you managed it, Aries. You managed some form of progress, but it was painstakingly slow. And you may have felt that it was sort of 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. You got a bit sick of it. After that time, Aries, you sat in the 3 of Swords. It's as if this isn't working. This is just not working. But, Aries, you wanted to remain financially stable. Again, as a masculine or a feminine, you wanted to remain financially stable. And so you had no choice, or so you thought, but to be a little bit underhand, only, Aries, so you could enjoy, I'm hearing, a normal quality of life. Okay. So, Aries, to ensure that you didn't go crazy, maybe yourself, you might have found a different way of living so that you didn't have to worry or think about the situation too much. What you're thinking about now is, if this doesn't work, I may have to go through a full divorce process and I'm going to lose a heck of a lot of money. But if I manage to persuade a group of people to pass a white paper or to agree to the amendment of these rules, then I may be able to get around losing a lot of money. Because I wouldn't be actually divorcing, I would be changing my status from wife or husband to guardian. I keep hearing that. This is for someone. So, Aries, what are you thinking about? Yeah, you may be seeking legal advice. Is this possible? I mean, could I possibly do this if I got enough backing? If people agreed? You may have been told by someone in authority that this was going to be very difficult. People may push against this. But Aries, you think you're on to something here. Yeah, you think you're on to something. You think you've got this brilliant idea, which could actually not only change your life, but change people's lives in the future who find themselves in similar situations. Okay. Thank you, Michael. In the immediate future, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I feel, Aries, you're dealing with someone who may indeed have mental health issues. Okay. You may have asked this person to make a serious decision to, I'm hearing, release you. And they may have said, sorry, but no. Sorry, but no. But Aries, you may think to yourself, this person doesn't really understand the situation that I'm in. They're just thinking about themselves. You may even feel, Aries, this person doesn't even really know what they're saying. Well, they're saying, no, I don't want to do this, but it's almost in a childish way, stamping their foot. No, I'm not going to do this. You're thinking to yourself, well, it's okay, they're saying that, but it means that I'm held in this prison type situation for the rest of my life, and I'm not going to have that. You feel betrayed. And I don't think, Aries, you feel betrayed by this person, because they may not be aware of what they're putting you through. You feel betrayed by the system. And that's something, Aries, that you feel you might be able to change. Let's change the rule book. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords for Aries? Both of you are in your heads, Aries. I think this is your partner, okay? So do we have timing, Michael? Thank you. 12th of January. All right, guys. Michael's pointing forward to the 18th of July. Really? Okay. So Aries, it may take you 6 months to get an agreement for something. It could be agreement from someone, a company, a community of people, a society, to agree to an amendment of a legal document. And it could be to do with marriage, the rules and regulations of marriage in your community, of your religion, something like that. What is your person's energy? Wow. I am getting someone, Aries, maybe with mental health issues. I mean, if we look at these cards, guys, I mean, if that doesn't scream mental health, what does? This might be the reason, Aries, why you're wanting to do this. It may be, Aries, you just can't live this way with this person, but you are bound to a legal contract and you just can't do this anymore. What's your person's energy, Aries? The moon. Could be a Cancerian. This is someone sat in fear of the unknown. I'm also hearing fear of the outside world. Wow, 2 of Swords. Aries, they're pretending as if they don't really know what's going on. They may have overblown mental health issues because they didn't want to do something, or didn't want to take control of their lives, or didn't want to get a job, right? But you see right through them. And this is very difficult for you. They're not communicating with you, Aries, because they feel that something major is about to happen. What are they thinking about? They're thinking about the world. They're worried, Aries, that you're going to find a way of ending this. They may also be worried, Aries, because it might mean that they have to move with the energy of the world. They're thinking about the Wheel of Fortune. If this represents a lot of financial security, Aries, and this might have come from you, again, male or female, right? You could be a female with a guy who's sitting at home saying he's got mental health issues, and you're thinking, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. This person may know that they're going to lose financial support if your situation is changed. Maybe Aries, you've been financially supporting this person. Maybe this person's also been seeking government funding for mental health issues. But Aries, you may feel a little bit dubious that they are suffering as much as they are. I'm not suggesting this person's making it up, but you may feel they are taking full advantage of this. I can't work because it says here on this piece of paper that I have mental health issues. Yeah, Aries, you're not so sure about that. You feel betrayed, Aries. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about the potential of loss. You may feel betrayed financially. You may feel that this person is making out as if they can't work, they can't do this, they can't do that, when you may know deep down that they could, but they're just sitting in a very cushy place and you feel this isn't right. Because Aries, you may be working your fingers to the bone, providing for this person who is stating to you, I can't work because of my mental health issues. Now, for those people who have genuine mental health issues that are severe, then of course, right? I don't want anyone in the comments to give me a hard time. That's very different. But what you're dealing with here, Aries, is somebody who may have anxiety issues or panic attacks, and they're claiming those are serious mental health issues. And so, Aries, you need to support me 100%. And I need government support financially to help me too. Whereas Aries, you may think, yeah, this person just wants to stay at home. They don't want to get a job. On top of that, Aries, you may be working to provide for this person. And quite frankly, you don't have any type of life because you are legally married to them. So unless you spend your whole life having affairs, Aries, which of course is you sinking further and further into shadow, what you want to do is find a way out of the situation whilst keeping hold of your money. And this is what you're planning on doing. You are changing the rule book. What are you thinking? I can't do this anymore. 9 of Wands. I just can't do this anymore. I'm hearing this person needs a carer, right? Rather than a marriage partner. They need a carer. They need to sort their lives out. They need somebody to get them to see that what they're doing is not right. Okay. The devil. Aries, you've been in this toxic situation for goodness knows how long. You may be tied to a Capricorn and it's very, very challenging. You've been trying to be patient, Sagittarian energy, but it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. So what you've been doing, Aries, is you've been looking at the past. It could even be past documentation, past clauses. When was this set of rules created? And you may be speaking to someone in authority to say, look, for goodness sake, that was 200 years ago. Surely times have changed. Surely we need to move with the times. You may be trying to get a set of rules amended, okay? What's the energy between you two? Let's have a look, guys. Yeah, wow. Yes, bound by the rules of a traditional marriage. Hierophant. Yeah. So you two are bound together. And I think, Aries, you're wanting to find a loophole, a way out of this, in order for you to gain some kind of semblance of a normal life. So Aries, what you're hoping for with the 8 of Wands is that you can communicate with someone and they will communicate back to you, and this will be successful, what you're trying to achieve. Or you may be hoping for a lot of other people to put in writing that they agree with these amendments. Now, the outcome, Aries, is looking really positive. It may be a little bit haphazard. You might be all over the place, guys, but I think you're going to be gaining traction. I think you are going to be able to move forward. It may be a little bit tricky to begin with. You're going to have to maneuver your way around a few obstacles. But you're determined, Aries, with the Seven of Wands, to do this. There may be people that call you out. Aries, you obviously amended the rules or got these rules legally changed because you wanted to benefit. You may not say anything, Aries, or you may actually turn around to people and say, to be honest, yes, you're right. Thinking, well, to hell with it, you know, it's done now, so I may as well be honest. How are you feeling, Aries? Yeah, you're going to be successful. Wow. You're going to be successful, Aries. Victory and success. Wow. Congrats, guys. Yes, you have managed to completely change your situation without, Aries, breaking the rules. Because you had a hand in changing the rules. What are you moving forward with? Let's just see. Are you able to take anything with you? Oh, a house? Wow. Well, that was worth the hard work, Aries. Are you able to keep the house? You might previously, with the old rules, have had to give the house to your person. Four of Cups. Aries, there is a sense of, I wish it didn't come to this. I wish it didn't come to this. But what you realised was you were somehow being taken advantage of. Somehow. I mean, I don't know, Aries, if you're a female, for instance, you may have married a guy of a set religion. You may both be of a very strong religion, which disapproves of divorce. But you may know that your husband's been cheating on you for the last 5 years. Maybe he's also not been able to, you know, pull in very much money. Maybe he had job issues. And this is you thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm here working my fingers to the bone as a female supporting a guy who's sitting on the sofa who won't work, who's cheating on me. And all he's saying to me is, well, I'm sorry, darling, but our religion dictates that you can't divorce me. So, you know, whatever situation you're in here, Aries, you have found a way out of this. Yes. The Hangman. You're seeing things totally differently now. You're seeing things totally differently. Yeah, what you're realizing is, I can have a passionate new start. This is wonderful. I can actually do what I want to do now without feeling held to a really antiquated, archaic, out-of-date system that caused people to feel trapped. You know? The Star. You're healing, Aries. You may be wanting to communicate with a Pisces or an Aquarian to say, I've achieved this. Ooh, Queen of Cups. So Aries, either as a female, you're able to offer love to someone you want to be with because you're now able to get out of a marriage, or as a masculine, you may be approaching a female. Do we have a final card for my Aries? The Ten of Cups. Whatever situation you've been in, Aries, you have a wonderful life ahead, full of love, togetherness, with someone that you truly love. Aries, that is your future. Okay, guys. All right. So, Aries, I'm leaving the reading there. As always, let me know in the comments if you feel this is your story. It is a bit unusual, I know. Take care of yourselves, and of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. Take care, guys. Bye now.